Another one? What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, and of course, welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Ivorian Spice, and we are back at it again with another Manchester United podcast. It is the end of the season. The season is done for us Manchester United fans, and we are extremely happy that the nightmare is over. Yes, the nightmare is over. Manchester United have finally reached the 40 points landmark. It was looking unlikely, and it came at the expense of Aston Villa. So, boy, we're going to discuss that match as well. And, of course, exciting news, Matheus Cunha, here we go, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano as well. And we've got, I believe, the lap to talk about. I'm also hearing, again, Buemo has been mentioned. So we'll talk about that. And, of course, we've got Ems in the background. We've got Uche. And I know Ems is itching to talk about a certain manager, but let's try to hush his mouth today as much as we can. Well, it is what it is, guys. You guys sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and, of course, subscribe to Red United TV. Smash that like button, share across all social media platforms. And, of course, follow Red United TV on Instagram, which is Red United TV 1. Let's get straight into it. Let me introduce you guys to the panel because I want to get started. Big up, Uche.
We're finally here. We made it.
Yeah, finally, he's made it.
I could say that we ended. Who could believe that we ended up 42 points?
I don't know if is he not? Or we should first of all, before we get kicked off, we gotta start to talk about the match. We got to talk about the match because Manchester United themselves won the game, a game that we expected to lose.
Yeah.
Let's be real. We expected to go to that game with a team like Aston Villa, who are far better footballing club than us. But we done a number on them. We've played well. Yes, there were some VAR decisions that were made. We'll discuss that as well. We'll get your opinion on the VAR decision. And then later on, we've got some transfer news. Or the referee's decision. Yes, you're right. The referee's decision, which involved VAR as well, but VAR couldn't do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we'll talk about that. But let's get straight into it because, of course, it is Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 0. Manchester United collecting 3 points. Manchester United finally reaching the 40 points mark. And Manchester United finishing 15th, 1 point below where Eric Ten Hag left us. when he got sacked.
Well,
Potato,
Are we doing
tomato.
Are we doing that? Are
Man,
we doing
just
that?
say that.
All right, okay.
I just have to
Okay.
say,
Okay.
just have to say, 1 point
Okay.
difference.
Okay.
Potato. You get me?
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But yes,
Okay.
Ems, let's talk about it. Manchester United winning 2-0 Aston Villa. A goal from Amad Diallo and a goal for Christian Eriksen, who has waved his goodbye and, of course, have posted his goodbye messages to the Manchester United fans. Your thoughts on the game?
But before I start, I just want to say my thoughts what happened at Liverpool, because that was bad. The pedestrians got run over, so my thoughts were them first. Yes, I thought I'd just say that first. But I would like to say I feel like nobody here expected us to win. Maybe
Yes.
we're lucky. We thought we'd be lucky to escape with a point at least, because I did. So obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch 90 minutes. I didn't even watch, and I'm sorry, I couldn't do it to myself. But for what I saw from the highlights, I thought we played well. We made so many chances. I believe we're second on the expected goals list all season. So that tells you something. We make chances, we just don't finish. And I feel like, you know, the red card helped us. But yeah, man, it's good that we got a clean sheet. But yeah, man, I think you know, we can't get any worse than we are today. But yeah, man, I just feel like, you know, we've ended the season. Well, I wouldn't say on a high, but at least we ended the season, you know, last
Did
game
you
and
say
we've won.
well? Oh my God.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't say well.
he said well.
I didn't say well.
He said well.
I said
Better than what he expected.
No. No. What I'm saying is we ended the season with a win. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But,
Okay.
not like we had a great season. You know what I mean? This is carnage, bro. Right now, this is atrocious. But anyways, but yeah, I like to say big shout out to Ahmed when he went to right wing back. I felt he influenced the game a lot at right wing back. I think Dog was alright for what I saw. Casemiro alright, but yeah, man, I think it was like a good let's say good efficient performance. I would say pretty much, and we got the 3 points, even though it don't mean nothing. Maybe we got is it 2 places up? Is it 2? Wait, 1.
Well, we were 16th. We just moved up. We just moved a place up.
Place up. That's massive improvement. So yeah.
Yep, massive improvement.
So yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it. So I feel like we got the 3 points, game done and dusted. You know, obviously we had that. The referee gave us. Referee was in our favor, innit? But you know what though? Real talk though, we gotta question these goalkeepers we have, bro. I don't get how a simple like you can't listen. Look, end of the day, all man had to do is pick the ball up. What's going on? These keepers, bro. I don't know, man. But yeah, we got the 3 points, and hopefully next season we could get back-to-back wins. You know what I mean? Because we didn't get it all season. So yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Oche? What's your thoughts on that game? 2-0 Aston Villa.
Okay, so the game gave me like a whole lot of mixed feelings because I came into the game to at least get a draw, or I didn't expect us to win because Aston Villa had a lot at stake, but we were just trying to find to get up to 40 points. But just like MZ said, the referee was a little bit, I don't know, for some reason. I found that a little bit uncomforting that he made some decisions that didn't actually go in favor of Aston Villa. I myself, if I was the receiving side, I wouldn't take that because there's some clutch, especially that's supposed to be a goal, and the referee saying that you blew the whistle before or after, that doesn't even count. It's supposed to be a goal, but like you said, is in my favor. There's no doubt. The penalty, the red card that actually got helped us. Without that, I'm telling you the truth, we'll just rove around the whole pitch and do nothing. Now, I have like 5 points I need to talk about. The first one is this. The reason why we are not having any ball creation to go was because of Rasmus Højlund in the number 9. What if you notice closely, you understand that
Interesting.
the team do not trust him. Doku, for example, had more than 2 occasions whereby Rasmus made the run, a clear good run that he need that laid out pass for him, but he went for an alternative option. Not one. I can see a situation whereby you see what they call it, Bruno look up I will see that is Rasmus, he will take a different option. Every one of them, once they look up and see is Rasmus in there, they take a different option. And what does that affect our game in total? What it means is that because we are playing this ball around and we look up, the options we are getting is not the one we trust. We tend to hold the ball longer, and we have no attempt into the box. We never ever try to put the ball inside the ball because we feel that Hoyland does not. We don't trust him enough to deliver. We only do that when we see the likes of Maguire or any one of them. Check it every single time we had the ball there. We never put the ball in there because of Hoyland. I'm not trying to say that Hoyland not getting the ball is the reason.
Uche. I just want to stop you there. And like, you didn't see when he had the ball and his opportunities in that game. No.
Yeah, that's one. I'm
No?
saying the reason why we do not have so much ball on target was because we don't trust to put the ball forward. We're looking for a better option for us to lay up the ball if it's with the wingers or any other midfielders. But apart from Hoyland, that decision alone made us not to have so much ball on goal.
Is that
See
is
how
that
it
is that his problem? Is that a
No,
Hoyland
it's a
problem
problem
or a
because
player problem?
it's a problem now because if you see that the team don't trust the player you're playing with, it's better enough that we're not even playing him in there, that we're having a player in there that's actually changing the dynamics of our game. Now, I don't know about the instruction about the Ruben might tell the players, but if that should be continued next season, that's going to be a big problem. But that needs to be addressed. There's
It
something
may
we
not be
call
there.
so they call, even though someone has a clear chance. Look at it. We only give Rasmus ball when he's the only option. Check it. And we have a player that has one of the highest ball creations in the world, but yet Hoyland makes up barely 10% of those chances because he doesn't get them. None. Now, I know Holland has his own confidence to deal with. If you notice, we can all agree with me that Holland has very, very hardworking, impressing throughout this season, but he has been awful when it comes
Sorry.
to.
Wait. What did you say? What was that? Sorry. No,
Now,
no.
if you don't know these boys, if you think it's easy to press ball back and forth, if you think it's easy, that alone was the reason why we had a Vorst that was gotten by Eric, who had no contribution of goal, only pressing of game. Do you think that is easy? He had that so much in this game. You can see that he's been hardworking, but it's just that the confidence level is not there and the ball is not working. That's a different situation. That's a different thing to deal
Is it
with.
not?
But
It's not a player quality thing. Is it a quality
no,
of
no,
player?
it's not about the quality, it's about
Are you
confidence.
sure it's not quality
Are
thing?
you
No,
Because
no,
sure?
no,
we
it's
saw him try
confidence.
to commit some dribbles and it just didn't look like he had it.
It's confidence. Remember when Rashford couldn't do that? Remember when Rashford could even beat one person? Will you say that Rashford has no quality? No. It's
No,
about
No, no,
him.
no, 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 but
Rashford's got a
Rashford,
body. Rashford's got a body of work. So
he,
I can say right, that's a confidence thing. But Hoyland, for what I've seen the past 2 seasons, I have been far from impressed. For
Now,
the money
let me
he's
tell you,
paid,
okay, while I
the money
continue
he's
on this,
paid.
do you think, while I continue on this, you notice that ever since Rasmus came into that team, he has been on pressure from day one to the end. For a very young player to be given that big role is too much for him to handle, and the teammate is not even helping either. So what we're seeing here is a situation whereby we only seen a coach backing a player when the team disagrees. It happens. So at that point, what I expected was either you pull him out, putting someone in there to help him out, but that's a different situation. That's number one in terms of that situation. Now, talks to Ahmad. For some
Yeah,
reason, I think Ahmad has actually dropped a little bit in his form. If you all can see that,
yeah, I
and
agree.
he has been complaining too much. He has been whining so much on the pitch. You can see that there's so many times that he keeps talking to his center backs. He can talk to both. Was it Dalot? I can see him talking to Lindelof to do the recall runs. If it's not working, you can't expect Lindelof to do those recall runs. You need to calm down and stop frustrating your players. Not once, not twice. These are things that need to be addressed because it's makes us see that you are the best player in the pitch. We are at least coping with Bruno the way he was actually complaining about everything. Now having Ahmad to it, oh, come on, that's too much. And in about overall game, I would say that we are solid. But the only thing I keep saying that we should never have the ball on our own back line. Anytime we are beating up that game, that I call that is the crack code of that 3-4-3 formation. Because once you're with that ball at your back line playing against your goalkeepers, every opponent will crack that code. So the best thing is to get the ball out of there, volley it out into the pitch. Because if you play that ball within your goalkeepers and your players, you're going to get what? Choked. And what happens? 70% of the goals we score in build-up are based on our own errors, giving wrong passes either the goalkeeper or because the pressure is too much. So that should be totally be left out of the build-up play moving forward. And overall, like I said this before, the players do not want to play for Ruben. I keep saying this. The players do not want to play for Ruben. So the most important thing is that, like I said, we're going to have a good clearance cell. Clear everybody, let him bring his own guys because they don't trust him. And it's too bad that they thought by now that Ruben will actually be sacked, but he's staying. That means they are going. It's now obvious because he's playing something that everybody in the team does not agree with. All the players does not like that formation, and they're struggling to make
Agreed.
it to frustrate that formation. But right now, the court is in his hands, and he's going to clear everybody out and bring in his own guys. So I think it's going to be a new era coming forward. It's going to be a difficult one. But as for that game, it was for us to lose, but it was an easy one for us, honestly, and I blame that all to the referee's decision to make that game a little bit juicy for us. That's just all I have to say.
That was a long explanation. Those 5 points took you a while, Uche. But yeah, we'll talk about Ruben Amorim because I just wrote some things down while he was talking.
Oh,
so we're going to address that. Yes, Ola, big up to you. Welcome as well. Thank you for joining us. Let's get your thoughts on Manchester United beating Aston Villa 2, going past the 40-point mark, finishing 15th. What's your view? We lost him.
What was Jerome saying?
Jerome saying right now, let's just go back to that comment. Jerome said, Hoyland, which we're going to address right now, Hoyland Defense League, before we even get to Ola. Hoyland Defense League, LOL. Like, Uche, like you never saw the performance of Hoyland when he had the ball several times for Aston Villa.
It was bad. Yeah, it was very, very bad.
It's like Hoyland can do no wrong. Hoyland can't do no wrong, innit? That's what it feels like.
I know.
The confidence is gone.
It's not confidence. It's not confidence. It's quality. Lack of it.
No. You can't say that for a top player like that. Or sometimes, you can't say that.
Let me stop you guys there. Let me get Ola now. Ola. Oh wow. We lost him again. He should be joining us back. But let me give you my thoughts. Let me give you my thoughts on that game because I never got to say anything. First of all, overall, Manchester United delivered us a game that we never expected because we never gave a shit about it. You know, let's be real. Uche is right. Like these guys knew most of those fans were pissed off with them from losing that Europa League. Sorry about that, guys. But they knew. So we knew we didn't give a shit no more. The season is done for us. But they went into that game and in the first 45 minutes created opportunities. Martinez as well. Oh, the red card, which did help us. It did help us. And Martinez, I think that was his last game for Aston Villa. And the way to go out like that with a red card, hey, but I will take him at Manchester United. I will swap Martinez for Andre Onana anytime. I think he was trying to do us a favor so we can sign him. Then the first goal coming in the second half because, of course, the first half ended 0-0. Yes, the referee decision, and I'm with the referee. The referee blew the whistle before anything took place after that. If you blow the whistle, it means stop playing. I blew the whistle. Stop it. But who continued to play on and take a shot? That's what happened. But if we conceded that goal, Manchester United, I could have never seen them win that game. It would have been straight 16th at that particular moment. Even
17th, man.
No, Tottenham lost.
Oh, did they? All right.
Yeah. They lost. They lost badly. Yeah, it would have been 16th. And then, of course, not forgetting that 40 points mark. The first goal from Ahmed Diallo, big up Ahmed, because he looked at the fans and he said, sorry, because he apologizing for this horrible season that we will never forget. about this season. Never, ever forget. Got the first goal. We was happy with then. And then, of course, Manchester United piling pressure against a 10-man Aston Villa. Ericsson getting the pen. Ericsson scoring the penalty with Ahmed Diallo again once, showing that he's a catalyst in the position that he plays in. And the end, of course, gets foul, winning that penalty for Manchester United for Ericsson to score, which was a nice ending, a lovely ending for Ericsson, because we know that he's played his last game for Manchester United. So as many players like Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans as well. And I'm hoping that it's Luke Shaw. I'm hoping it's Rasmus Poolen as well. I'm not going to say Bruno Fernandes because I feel like Bruno's got a lot to add. Still got something to add to the squad for next season. So I don't think they will sell him. And Alejandro Garnacho, that should be his last season, which we will talk about Alejandro Garnacho and Andre Onana's as well later on in the show. But overall, I just thought Manchester United played well. I would have loved to see that during the whole entire season, but they failed to show us. And then Ruben Amorim at the end of the game with his speech saying that, yes, I told you at the start when I first came in 3 games in, a draw and 2 wins, there's a storm coming, and this is the storm that weathered us. Next season, he's promising us that the good times are coming. So let's see if he can live up to his words. I know Ems is saying he's just chatting. He's very good at speeching. He's very good. He made me believe that, okay, you was right the first time. Let's see if he can be right the second time. Although I knew that Manchester United could not do any better than where they were before Ruben Amorim came in. Because I will tell you now, those players are finished scrubs. They're not good enough. But Eds believed that we would have finished in the top 4, top 6. Boylan would have scored 20 goals. That's what you saying.
Listen, the fact of the matter is, right?
Yeah.
No manager, and I repeat, goes into a situation where everything's all good and rosy in the garden. So obviously, man's come in a bad situation. That's a fact, yeah. But the fact is, your job, whether the players ain't good enough, rubbish, whatever, your job is to show their strengths and not expose their weaknesses.
There's certain jobs that it's impossible, Ems.
No, don't do that.
I've been in management, bro, and I'm a manager.
Don't do that.
There are certain jobs that it's impossible where no one wants to turn up on time to work. You know, still got attitude problem. You're trying to find ways to get rid of them, but you just can't because they're protected.
I've already
no. As strict as you can be, you can start telling people that, raw, you came late. Yeah, you need to make up time for your lateness. But still, the attitude doesn't change.
You've been finessed.
It's the truth.
You get finessed. I know you're
Until
one of
you
them,
step into that managerial position, you'll understand.
You get finessed.
No, I don't get finessed. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you a legitimate example, bro.
Amorim's one of them salesmen that will flipping sell you something good.
No. I disagree. I disagree.
Can you sit here and put your foreign flipping currency money? I guarantee me that good times are coming under this manager. You can't sit here and tell me that.
No, I need to see what's coming in first before I believe him. And I told you, he tried to fool me. I'm not of the belief. And no, I'm Ruben Amorim's guy, bro, because at the end of the day, I didn't vote for him. I didn't ask him to come here. I said if he comes here, it is what it is. I can see that if fans say they want him out, I don't blame them.
Yes, I'm one of them.
You're one of them, innit? But I also see that Manchester United is a mess, and it's beyond a manager's fixing. It's more than just a manager fixing. But let me just stop there because, of course, we won 2-0. Before we get back into the manager, let's move it on to the second segment, of course. Before we get to Cunha, let's get to the issue. Big storyline, of course. After we lost the Europa League final against Tottenham, Alejandro Garnacho comes out and speaks about him, how he's played and had a lot of impact in the group stages and why he only get 20 minutes. He's admitting that the season's been shit. We haven't been anyone great and etc. Basically made it about himself instead of the team. And then, of course, later on the week, David Olsen reported that during a meeting with the team between Amorim and the players, he told Alejandro Garnacho to find a new job. And it came yesterday, just before the match. Onana and Alejandro Garnacho was reported to be told that he can also leave and didn't make it into the squad. Now, Alejandro Garnacho, let's talk about him, Andre Onana, their future. Would they be leaving Manchester United? Was Alejandro Garnacho right for the things that he said? I know the Amorim outers will probably agree with him. So let's get that debate on. Uche, Ems, your thoughts on Garnacho and also Onana?
You can go first,
Um,
Uche.
First about
Let's
Garnacho.
start.
If you noticed, he was meant to leave previously, but we stopped it. That should be to Naples. That's Napoli, yeah. And if you know, the team has been awful throughout the whole season, and players try to bring in their best. On the final, he expected to be in there, but that wasn't the decision to make. Yes, I actually agree and stand with the coach on that. Any player who says that kind of thing wants to force the management's hands to leave. And I agree with that. Anytime if you want to leave, that's a good way to leave. The truth is that he has not actually been a better player under Ruben. He's not actually evolved there under Ruben. So he has actually more like dipped under Ruben than he actually did in under Ten Hag. So he already seen it that he has no future with him. That is standing here actually making him look more bad, and he tried to force the management's hand to actually get him go. So it's understandable. He has the right to do that, but forcing the players the manager's hand like that with what he said is actually uncalled for. And I know that when he said that, that was the end of his stay in United, and we shouldn't support that regardless. Even if you're the best player, we shouldn't support that because we expected everything to be in the hands of the manager, and we're already suffering from this kind of situation in the past whereby we have different cliques in the backroom staff. We're trying to control those kind of situation, and now seeing our young academy boy doing that, it shows a lot that the backroom seems to be has been lost. We know he has been lost, but we're trying to see what they're about to do about it. So I would say it was a terrible. It was not really a nice of behavior from Garnacho, but I can't blame the young lad. He wants his way out because it was a terrible season to come by, and finally the time he's out there touching make it shine, he actually kept on the bench. So I can actually understand the frustration in that situation. So I would say it was a big ups by the management. So we'll see how we see what happens from here. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, I don't even feel sorry for Alejandro Garnacho, bro. Because at the end of the day, how dare you? This is not the first time, Oche and Ems, that he's done this and tweeted the wrong words and said the wrong things after a game. You know, this is like, I think, the second or third time. And then, of course, he was also admitted from the Manchester City game, him and Rashford doing his madness. And again, player power comes into play, and we don't want to encourage that. A young
Yeah.
player like that should know better. And again, I'm hearing that it's his little brother as well that got himself involved.
Yeah.
Listen, Alejandro Garnacho, I keep saying that you have not made it at all. You have not made it. You've just started. To me, you've just started your career. You're not that person. You are not him yet for you to be behaving in such kind of way. And that attitude stinks. And we want to get rid of players who are rotten eggs in the dressing room, rotten apples. We don't need that no more. And of course, Ruben Amorim don't need that. He's going to do his rebuild. So get rid of the bad characters, the people that have the attitude, and get the right people at this club so we could do better. You know, no. I cannot encourage this. I can't
Yeah.
encourage this, man. Alejandro Garnacho, like I'll be sad for him to leave at the same time because I feel like he's got that potential and got that talent to be better in the near future. Maybe one day become one of the best players in the world, and it'll be a shame for Manchester United to lose him. But the attitude stink. You know, the attitude stink. If it's stinking right now, it'll only get worse. Ems, I want to hear what you have to say because for some reason I don't feel like
Yeah, I saw that.
you like you want to encourage this bad behavior towards the manager or towards the football club. Not even the manager, the football club. It's the football club he went towards. He went
I
against the
think
club, the team that you support, not manager, the
I
football club.
nah, I think I think this is where we lack, yeah. We lack
Mhm.
characters in the game. And I feel like, yes, he can be frustrated, yeah. Because obviously I get it. Because how can man play every minute and then Mason Mount comes out of nowhere, starting, and man does fuck all? Of course I'll be pissed off. Man, obviously he's not
Yeah.
been playing well, but he's played too much football. Way too much football at 20 years old. But I think sometimes you have to understand that when you're like a youngster like him, you're young, you're you know what I mean? You're like listen, you're a young boy, like he's still got growing to do. So obviously he's gonna make
Yeah.
mistakes. At least, yeah, I'd rather probably this than man's in a nightclub at 2 a.m. in the morning or going on a bender in Belfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least he believes he's got an ego in it. He believes in himself, which is not wrong. But I do think obviously there's a time and then place. But I think maybe when he got interviewed, sometimes it depends on the timing. Maybe if he was given 24 hours to get that interview, it would have been a different response. So I think
Yeah.
sometimes maybe we should cut him a little bit of slack. Yes, he's gonna go because obviously it's funny enough. Ruben Amorim has got a problem with wingers at our club. Every single winger at our club, he's got issue with all of them. Because man don't want to play wingers, innit? So look, you got Anthony, you got Rashford, you now got Garnacho. I'm sure I'm missing another winger I can't think of right now. So we've got to address them sort of problems. But obviously, I wish Garnacho well, because I actually like the guy, but obviously, he'll go somewhere else and do the business. I just hope we don't send him to a Premier League club. And obviously, think about in his perspective, that whole talk in January, moving like they don't want him. That plays another part in his mood and his feelings.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we have to weigh it off him. Obviously, like I said, I'm not siding with him. I'm just seeing from his angle. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like if you want to play to your level, you want to be wanted. Everybody wants to be wanted. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you don't feel wanted, then you're gonna feel, a type of way. You want to be valued. So for me, I feel like it's probably time for him to go because this manager don't really, fancy him. So yeah, man, I feel like. And then, what is it Onana we need to talk about? You said?
Yeah. Onana as well, who has
Oh
made
wait,
another error.
listen, Onana, right? Hey,
Which
listen.
other error? Which error did he make?
Bro. That Tottenham goal, yeah. That the way it ended
Yeah,
up, the
yeah,
way
that
it
was
ended
that
up,
was
like
that
I know it's an
that.
own goal coming off of
That's it.
Bruno losing the ball, and then John O'Shea. I mean, not John O'Shea. I mean, Luke Shaw ricocheting him off. But it's just the way everything happened afterwards. Just to see the ball on Onana trying to keep
Come
it off.
on now.
You
Come
saw
No,
on. Cut him
Onana
some
agree,
tried to
but
keep
slack,
it past
I
the
man.
agree.
line and pull it
Cut
on
him
his
some
lap.
slack.
It's
Cut
just
him
a
some
joke. The
slack.
way
No,
it
I'm not.
creeped
I'm
in,
not. I'm
the
not.
side
I'm not.
netting.
Come on,
No.
it's unfair.
Uche, the way it
This
creeped
is
in the side netting. No. Onana looking stupid toward the way they ended with the ball on
the
his lap
truth
at the end
is
of the
it's
game.
not
At
even
the end of
about
the day,
someone uses his
no
hand
way,
to hit the
no
ball
way,
inside the post, and you're
no
blaming the
way,
guy that
no,
you know what you're
no,
saying, Kenny,
no.
here.
Ems,
Because
Listen,
it's either ways.
Ems.
What are
Could he have
you
not
saying?
done better? That goal that we
one
just seen
hundred
against
percent,
Even
one
though
Tottenham.
hundred
if he
percent.
did
He
it,
looked
even
stupid.
though if he did it, even though if
I
he
know.
did
I,
it.
I know for free. I know for free. David De Gea's saving that. He's clawing that out, blood. I know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
man, the way
listen,
I see it,
I know it's an
Wait,
own
wait, wait,
goal.
wait,
I
wait,
know it
wait.
came off of John O'Shea, but look, Uche, you saw the way
Luke
it
Shaw, you
ended
mean?
after that. Uche,
I understand. Please,
you
let's stay on
saw the
topic.
ball on
Let's stay
his
on
lap at the
topic.
end.
Leave
The
the
ball
gear
ended
out
up on
of
his lap.
this.
He tried to keep the
Leave
ball
the gear
above the
out of
line
this.
to make
No,
it look like it didn't come up, it didn't
wait,
go past the
leave the
line. But
gear
bro,
out of
it
this.
went past the line.
But
Ems
that's the
is
stand.
okay.
That's the
He's
stand. That's the
okay.
stand.
No, leave him out of this. Everybody has their own qualms. Let's just leave that out of this. Let's talk
All
about
right,
let's
That
talk
Let
was
me
a
about
ask
crime.
Uche. Let me tell you this now, right? Onana's biomechanics, the way he saves balls, everything is wrong. It's wrong. I
okay.
believe any top keeper, I think, is clawing that ball out of the net,
Yeah, I think
clawing
so
it.
too.
Because I feel like
The way.
he's on that side. It's not like he's on the left side. He's on the right side. He should claw
It's
that
on
out.
his
Do you
side.
know? Do you know what I'm
It's on
seeing
his
here? I'm seeing here that every goal that scores to United, we scrutinize it in such a way that we want to attribute as much as we can to be a goalkeeper's fault. But when it happens to I'm coming, but when it
no.
happens to other goalkeepers,
Uche.
it's like, oh, it's just a normal thing. It's
Uche.
like a normal thing.
I
And if he catches the
guarantee
ball,
you,
they'll call
Uche.
it. If he gets this one, they call it a routine catch. Look at what you guys are doing here. If he
Uche,
catches one, it's a
can I
routine
ask you a
catch.
question? Can I ask you a
What?
question? Every goal that we've conceded, even if it has not been Onana's fault, does he not look silly in goal the way he reacts to it?
But
And then,
Yes or no? Uche,
we
yes or
just
no? Why are
we
you laughing? Uche, why are you laughing? This
every
is
time,
just...
every time he makes an error, he keeps putting up his socks. He keeps putting up
do you
his
know why?
socks. You know,
Do you know why I'm laughing? Do you know why I'm
Uche.
laughing? Do you know why I'm laughing? If he catches a good ball, the commentator will say, "Oh, a routine catch." They call it a routine
Uche,
catch.
answer my question, bro.
But if anything happens, I say everybody's looking find a way to attach it to Onana. Let's call this. Let's just call this. Let's just call
no,
this.
I got
Let's
agenda.
just
Uche,
call
I'm
this.
just seeing what I'm saying. I'm seeing what I'm saying. I'm
About the
saying what I'm seeing.
Spurs match, the Spurs game, that handball from Shaw down to a post, no one should we be talking about Onana in this case? I'm so
I know,
surprised.
but it's the way he ended up.
How can we move the problem from the actual situation, being a handball, to being a goalkeeper? That shows that there's an agenda here. You guys are just trying to
There's
fish
no
him
agenda.
out. That is
There's
just it.
There's
How
no
come
agenda.
no one is talking about how can a defender use his hand to hit the ball inside the net, but yet we're all physiated, or Onana should catch the ball, catch a handball? How? Let's focus on the problem.
Uche, did he not look silly the way he conceded that goal? Uche, did he not look silly the way he conceded that goal? Yes or no?
What is the essence? It has no meaning.
Look, Uche, listen.
Keep the handball.
Listen. Uche, listen. Onana,
come on.
Onana's our fellow West African brother, but I can't protect him. I'm sorry.
Good. Wait, he might be awful. No, that I'm not defending that. All I'm
So what are you doing? What are you doing
then?
Is
stay on facts. No,
this is not facts. This is facts.
No, it is not one. It is not an
visual. This is on 4K.
Someone using his hand to hit the ball in the post, and you guys are focusing on that. Shows
no. Uche. I did say, despite the fact that it was Luke Shaw's own goal, it's just the way it ended up. Oh no, let me get your thoughts on Andre Onana's future at Manchester United, because he's been told that he could potentially be leaving as well. But of course, we're just discussing the goal he conceded against Tottenham on Tuesday.
For me,
let me get Ola's thoughts. Let me get his thoughts.
Okay.
Ola, let me get your thoughts.
Talk about Ola.
Yes, please, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you, please.
Yes, like I've been battling with my network since. I just had to go switch up the network to something else just to be able to get on the show, guys. So thanks for having me, Ivorian, once again. As much as I understand what Uche is saying, that there might be an agenda, like every little thing, everyone wants to pick on the player. But Onana's reign at United has been shocking. He has been one of the worst goalkeepers I've seen in years. And I feel like as much as I don't know this, I'm one that I've always, when Onana came in, I was very happy. Having an African man in goal for Manchester United, I defended him. I tried to support him, but every time I try to do that, it will just prove me wrong by considering one silly goal or making a stupid error. We brought Onana in under Ten Hag because he was a good ball-playing goalkeeper, and I can say his passing has been shocking so far since he has joined United. I'm not sure he has made one very good, exceptional pass that led to a goal or something. It has just been, let's even leave the shot stopping for now. I'm talking about the ball playing ability we know he has, and that was one of the reasons why Ten Hag got him. But since he came in, he has been shocking with the ball play. Sometimes he just kicks the ball out of the field. I'm like, this is part of the reason we got you. The shot stopping part, I feel like, I don't know. I know there is a player in there, but for United, they have not been able to deliver that. The errors has been part of his game all through since when he was at Inter, when he was at Ajax. The errors, the silly mistakes, one or two has been there. But with United, it was consistent for a while. We saw him single-handedly knock us out of the Champions League. We saw him do the same this season. Let's even say last season, okay, that's just the beginning. Okay, let's give him time. Let's give him this and that. But this season also, he has been shocking him as a goalkeeper. But I feel like it's not just a goalkeeping issue. Defensively, too, we've been really bad. We've made bad decisions with the way we move the ball, and that's going to put the goalkeeper under more pressure. So I feel like it's not all on the goalkeeper, but then as a goalkeeper, you have one job to do. I don't even care about all this ball playing, this and that, and all those. I don't care. Your number one job is shot stopping as a goalkeeper. If you can't do that, whatever other thing you claim to know how to do, if you know how to play football and you're good on the ball, go and play midfield or go and play as a striker. Become Xavi or Iniesta. Fine, I'm going to like that. But for United, you are a goalkeeper. You should do your number one job of shot stopping, which he has been shocking. So if he leaves, like I would love him to stay and redeem himself, but 2 seasons now, he has not shown me anything to keep faith in him and saying, let me give him another season. So if he needs to go, he should go. We should get another goalkeeper. But if he stays, I will back him because he's a goalkeeper and I hope he can do better than what he has done for the last 3 years at United. But I think it's best for him to just go and look for football somewhere else. And we can see the Saudi money is out there. We are hearing that Saudi are willing to pay 35-40 million for him. Let's cash in on that. and get a more cheaper goalkeeper. I don't mind. I feel like United, we've not had issues of goalkeeper in a long time. Even with David De Gea, as much as some people were De Gea out, he was fantastic for years for Manchester United. When he came in, also he was shaky a bit, but then he went on a run of being our best player for 3-4 years. So that shows how good the goalkeeper is. We had Van der Sar, we had Lindegaard, we had Ben Foster. All these goalkeepers, even our backup goalkeepers were very good goalkeepers. But this right now, by there, Onana, they are like the worst two set of goalkeepers I've seen at United in years, and we need to fix that. As much as that might not be the priority, if we can fix it, we need to fix it.
Thank you, Ola, for that, man. Yes, me too. Andre Onana needs to leave. I said it so many times. Andre Onana needs to leave, man. And again, I'm tired of him with his excuses. Tired of him with his saves, his errors, and everything, because it's cost us. It's cost us a lot. We've lost a lot of points because of this goalkeeper. And if we want to try and be successful again, yeah, we need to get rid of him. It's giving me the Karius vibes that when Karius was at Liverpool and made these horrendous errors that cost them the Champions League as well, cost them games. We just can't have that. We just can't have that at Manchester United. And I don't know how confident you are in goal when Onana's in there, but I am no longer, and I won't go for him. Like I'm just disappointed that my African brother never was successful. And yeah, and Oche, Ola said it as well. I remember Europa League final, Ajax. Do you know the one that we won? Go and watch the highlights and watch Andre Onana in goal again. The goals he conceded against us, he could have done better. The Henrik Mkhitaryan one as well, and the Paul Pogba one, and then his reaction towards it. Like he's still the same goalkeeper making mistakes from then till now. That just tells me he will never get rid of those mistakes. He never will. It's just with him forever and ever. So you can't have a keeper like that just constantly just makes mistakes, and it will never ever end. It will just cost you too much. If you want to be the best and you're going for big trophies, you just can't have that error. It's like having a defender that just keeps on making mistakes and keep conceding penalties. You don't want that. You don't want that. But yeah, I wish him the best. But at the end of the season, this season, go. New keeper. I will take Martinez because any day.
I agree.
I will take anyone. I might even go for a younger goalkeeper. I don't mind. I feel like goalkeepers, any goalkeeper that can do his number one job of shot stopping. Leave the ball playing part. We are going to figure that out along the line.
Agreed.
All this ball playing bullshit is what is killing the goalkeepers we have now. Some goalkeepers are way better on the ball than the way they are better on shot stopping, and it should not be that way. Your first job is to be a shot stopper. And if you are not doing that, go elsewhere and go and do whatever you need to do. I'm sorry, I heard you guys speaking about Oiland. The same with Oiland. As a striker, your job is to score goals. If you can't score goals, I don't care what you can run around all the pitch for the 90 minutes. That's your number one job for scoring goals. And as much as you can say, service-wise, maybe he's not getting too much service like some other strikers are getting. Yeah, the people he's getting, he should be able to get the job done by putting it at the back of the net. We have seen him miss too much chances. And that is why I feel like, as much as this has been one of our worst seasons, with Amorim, yes, he said it himself. He has said it. He said this season is just too bad that even he cannot defend himself. You get that? But then, I feel like we had chances. If we had good players that can score goals, we might find ourselves in a way better situation than we are in. Because per games, if you go watch a lot of our games back and see the amount of chances we miss and the amount of chances that 1-0 might be the difference of you getting 3 points to you losing the game. And we've seen that in the last couple of years. We've had Rashford, Martial, this player step up in moments and score key goals for us, and we win games. And at the end of the day, we won't. So I feel like this season is just so bad that we didn't even have any luck. All the individual brilliance we always had in the past, we didn't have any of that this season. Every player was just so bad, and it was just shocking, and that is why we are in this situation. And it might be a blessing in disguise, guys. I don't know what to expect to, as much as I am worried about giving Amorim the next year, but I feel like we need to see how it goes, because with other managers, we've always been positive. After the first season, we've always been positive that something could change. Mourinho came in, he won the Europa League, he won the Carabao Cup. We were hopeful that the next season was going to be better. It got worse. Ten Hag first season, he came in, was able to manage the players a bit. Then the second season he went bad. But with Amorim, this is his first season, let's say his first 6 months, and he went bad from the start. So that might be something different that we can just pick out of just
point.
trying. This is a different thing. We've not seen this. We've not seen this in a long time. We've always had good patches here and there, and we give the coach money and it will go bad. But this one, from the start, it has gone bad. So we don't have anything to even talk about that. Maybe he had a good 5 months or 6 months. He had the worst 6 or 7 months any manager could have. So now that is why, and he said it, he's just riding on hope and faith. Even if the manager said it himself, let's just have faith in the process. There is nothing, he cannot defend himself. He said it. So I don't know. I feel like we've been doing things a certain way. This is the first time it's going worse, that we don't even have anything to talk about. On a normal day, we would have won the Europa League, and that would have been something positive to hold on to. But this season we lost. And we were supposed to win that game. So I feel like everything is just pointing to us doing a proper rebuild, guys. We don't need Champions League football. We don't need anything. Forget the financial aspect of it affecting the club. We don't deserve Champions League football. We are too bad that even league football, we are struggling. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, we are struggling. So we don't actually need Champions League football. Forget this old Manchester United of we are a big team. Now we are not. That's the reality. We are. This is the worst United team I have witnessed ever in my life. So let's forget all those past glory of we used to win trophy. We used to be. We are not there anymore. So let's face reality. Try and properly build this team. And you just hope and we're just hoping and praying. But then by December, January next year, if nothing has changed, if it's still going from bad to worse, then you can make a decision. But I would still give Amorim time, and I just want to believe, because the way he's looking, I just want to hope that he can work out, because we've suffered a lot, guys. I most times I pity Ivorian spies doing the watch alongs and the match reactions, guys. Because
I didn't do one last for the Aston Villa game. I just couldn't do it no more. I was done. Just a match reaction.
To be sincere, the emotions and everything that you go through as a football fan, we've been through in the last 10, 12 years, we've been through it all. So I feel like at some point it needs to start going right for us. And if that can start next season, I would take a top 5 or a top 6 finish next season. If the football is improving and we are getting better, I will do that. I just want to see that improvement and the players playing way better. We are scoring goals. We have things to be excited about, and we can build on for the next couple of years. But something just needs to. We just need positivity. I'm happy now that the season is over. Now I can relax and just watch the Champions League final. I'm looking forward to PSG winning, because I want them to win though. But then anything United, I keep that from now, and hopefully we can get transfers in, get some players out, please. Let's cash in on the likes of Rashford and Anthony, get some money in, get a couple of players in, and let's just rebuild. Because this season was. I want to forget about this season. This season never existed to me. It's the worst season I could have ever wished for. No one here saw this coming at the start of the season. Fine, we were not saying we are going to win the league or anything, but then no one saw us finishing in 15th at the end of the Premier League season with 42 points. So there is no positivity anywhere. But now the season is over. Let's just hope we can get in good players and move on from there.
Okay, big up, brother, for that. Let's move on to the big news, of course. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share across all social media platforms, and just get to the comments as well. Jerome says that. Wait, first of all, Kira says, agenda. This was addressed to you, OJ. Agenda. Are you mad? Onana was literally called the worst keeper in United, then go on to the next game to concede 2 goals of the worst goals I have ever seen for a keeper. Jerome also says, Amorim will be under a lot of pressure to hit the ground running next season, but he will have a better chance if Ineos backs him fully. And let me move up to the player that he's trying to bring in, of course, Matheus Cunha. Last night, after Manchester United got their above their 40 points, won against Aston Villa, Fabrizio Romano tweets out Matheus Cunha to Manchester United. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties involved. Cunha will sign a deal until June 2030 with an option until 2031. Wolves to receive 62.5 million clause values in installments. Formal steps contracts to be checked next week, and of course that took place. Of course, people have said, Cunha has always decided that he wanted to go to Manchester United before the Europa League final, as it has been reported. But another feisty player, a player that some people think, hey, he's a bit temperamental. Would it be good for us? Could it cause a problem? You just never know. And we need some fire in our team. We need someone that can cause problems against the opposition.
Yeah.
But yes, Matheus Cunha deal.
Good
Here we
problems.
go.
Good problems.
What are we saying, guys?
Good problems.
What are we saying? Here we go, Matheus Cunha. We always knew this was going to happen, but it's getting closer. But I think we're tired. We're like, can you sign tomorrow, please? Because you've heard this before. Because that's what I am.
To be honest, I think right now is only time to be having so much hope of any player because we've seen this happen before. They come in and they don't deliver. And playing in Manchester United is a different ball game. It's not like every other game that you have. So what I would think is good that he signed. He showed that he really want to play for United, regardless for whether it's Champions League football. By the way, why should he be worried about playing Champions League football? Were he playing that before? So it shouldn't even be in the question. So let's get that out.
No, he was at Atletico Madrid before he went
Yeah,
to Wolves and he was playing Champions
of
League football.
course. Now he's not playing it. So he should even be in an option because why are you in Wolves if you don't want to play Champions League football? Why are you in Wolves? So it's good that he actually shows that he really wanted to play to United and from day one say he doesn't want to play anyway, just United. So it's a good game. It's a good thing that he's coming to but I would say I'm not expecting anything big. I'm not expecting anything from him. All I know is that when the time comes, let me see how he's going to fit in into the golden 3-4-3 formation because that's what I want to see. Because he's all about his own philosophy on his static formation and his static tactics. I want to see how Konya have to blend into that. That's what I want to see. I want to see his brilliance because so far this season I didn't see it. So I'm actually the hunger is there to see what he has to offer because like I asked Jerome last time, I've not seen one single thing Ruben has done wonderfully well this season apart from kicking our players out. That's the only thing. But in terms of quality of the performance, nothing. No department in the team has actually improved. No player has actually improved under him. In fact, most player got worse under his own care. So I'm yet to see the best of Ruben. I've been searching seriously to say it. So I'm hoping with Cunha in place now, we have Udoku. Okay, the team is coming back together. But for now, nothing to say because I don't believe in these players right now until I see them on the top doing their thing. That's all I have to say.
Well, I can have to disagree. I disagree. First of all, they were bad at the start of the season, and they're still the same level of bad at right now as we end the season. No manager made that difference. It was just all them. That's where I disagree.
Yeah, I want to even say something.
Let's stick it to Cunha, please, because let's not come off topic.
Yes.
Let's stick to Cunha's transfer.
Cunha is a good signing. Like we've seen potential of what he can do in the Premier League with Wolves. Wolves also had a very bad season. So I don't think so. Having a player stand out in a very bad bunch, it shows that he's doing something good. So, but that's just what I can pick out of that. And imagine we add the amount of goals Cunha scored for Wolves. If you add that in our team this season, I can say we'll be in a far better position than we are in.
Who's going to give him the pass to score?
Bruno
has never given any ST ball. Check it. Check it. No ST has given the ball from Bruno in his own record.
Uche, if you see a lot of Cunha's goals this season, it was from his own individual quality of hitting a very good shot from outside the box or making use of like scoring important goals at important moments. So I feel like he's just a player that can get the job done when he's in front of goal. So regardless of the quality of the pass or anything, he has the quality to get the job done. That is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That is for Wolves. I've not seen my United. So we need to wait and see. We can't see that now. We have to wait for the season to start. But the profile and the quality of player shows like he's an hungry player, the player that wants to play, that wants to fight for any club he's playing for, and wants to deliver. Hopefully, he works out at United. You will always get that. And I understand the fact that you are saying Amorim has already improved any player, this and that and this. So, as much as we are excited about Cunha, we cannot wait until when we see him play consistently for United for games. But then also we've had other coaches come in and improve players, and those players still go bad in the next couple of 6 months or 1 year, and we still get the coach out. This pattern has continued. That's one thing I will keep saying. We've had this pattern in the last 10 years with all the managers we've had. They'll come in, improve 1 or 2, 3 players here or there. We'll go on a run of games. At the end of the day, we'll still go on a run of bad form and bad results and still start the manager. So the fact that everything has gone this worse, this is the height of it. We can't go higher than this. So that is where the change comes in. And that's where the players that are going to be coming in needs to know that you need to get your job. You need to start doing your job from day one. No time for you to bed in and start. You are a primarily proven player. You've done it with Wolves. You need to replicate better, not the same thing. Better for United, because United is a different level of club, and you need to turn up from day one. And hopefully it does. But the profile of the player and the quality is there. He has scored the goals and assists this season for Wolves. Let's see what he can do for United next season.
Yeah, man. I hope he can do well. You know, I think it's good to sign a player from the Premier League. He's been one of the Premier League's best players this season, so it's good for Manchester United. Being one of the most creative players in the Premier League as well. And like Ola said, he scores goals by interplay and creating it on his own as well. We've seen those goals. We've seen how he played against Manchester United and destroyed us. You know. So again, it's a good player, and I'm happy that we can get him in the number 10 role and play with someone like Bruno if Bruno wants to stay for next season.
I think Bruno shouldn't stay.
Oh, now you want him to stay because
I don't. No,
because you say he doesn't set up Højlund.
No,
that's why you don't want him to
stay.
stay. No,
because
he doesn't set up Højlund.
There's so many things about that. The reason why I think Bruno shouldn't stay, Bruno has actually tried.
Let's talk about Bruno. Why he shouldn't stay. Let's switch it from Bruno.
I've actually looked at it. If you look at it right now, Bruno has had the time. He has created he's too competitive with his fellow teammate, and that's the problem. And if you're a player that is there to create chances, you shouldn't be competing much with them. Like I said, I pointed out before you said this. How many times have you seen Bruno give more passes to his ST? It's minimal. What I mean, he has minimal passes to his ST, but rather he goes to his left or right. That's his winning way. And often at times, if you check in our game, who plays more shots on goal is Bruno. How can it be in a whole team, only one person has more shots? Wide. What I mean wide, lots of it. But a striker will only have one. But yet, who do we blame? We blame the people who are not doing well. If you have up to 10 chances and you convert 3, and one person only has 2 and failed on it, who do we blame? We blame the person who failed 2. That's what we're doing here. So what I'm trying to say that he has grown so big right now that he wants to be that every goal that is being scored must go through him. And at some point earlier on, like 3 or 4 seasons, Bruno used to be quicker. Right now he's not. He used to be quicker with the ball. If you watch him, he get the ball, he doesn't stay much. But right now, he revolves all around him. He's becoming too much. And people will say, where would we be without Bruno? Yes. Well, yes, where would we be? We didn't win the league with him. We didn't win anything with him. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Let's try somebody else. It's obvious. Anytime we think that he's the best player in the pitch, he's not. We've actually lost our best player for the 4 year, which is the Gee, and we actually survived. Him, will still survive because let's try something. The midfield is built up with so many kind of click. You can see it all around there. He had problem with almost everybody in the pitch. With Anthony, he has so many problem with Sancho. He only wants to be the one to play in the pitch.
So what are you saying to me, Uche? Manchester United should take the 100 million from the Saudi Arabian club.
Come on, there was 1 million 100 for 30-year-old. Take it, cash it on it, man.
And only
big time.
I need to go next. I understand Uche. See, I understand Uche is saying. But see, Uche, the fact that Bruno is the only player that is creative in the team is not Bruno's fault. If you sign players or if you have players that have good creativity, they will be able to create something out of the game. We rely on Bruno to create everything because he's the only one that has an eye for a good pass, that is involved in everything that is going to make the team create chances. If you have, okay. For instance, now Eriksen, if we had gotten Eriksen 5-6 years ago, Eriksen is a very creative player, even up until now, but he doesn't have the legs to run around and all. But then you need. We've had games that Eriksen had to come in, and it was him and Bruno trying to create trying to put in crosses and put in assists. But because Eriksen, age-wise, is not there anymore, he struggled in playing a lot of games and the rest. So my point is, that is why players like Cunha also is important. Cunha don't just score goals, he also creates. He's also a good creator when it comes to assists. He has a good assist number, and we've seen him create a lot. He has good long-range passing, and he's a player that can create. Forget the fact of you saying he doesn't pass to the striker. Bro, what movement does Oiland even have? Is Oiland being open?
With
Is it open
what happened with
every time? Is he making good runs? Is he making good runs? Ronaldo scored a lot of goals at United. If you tell me he didn't give passes to Ronaldo, how did Ronaldo score 20-something goals that season?
That means you don't watch the game. Ronaldo have to hustle for the whole game. The only good goal he's given was against Tottenham.
It was a collective effort.
That was it. He doesn't give. Check his passes. Check Ronaldo's assists. Check where he came from. Not from him.
I understand.
Not from him. He doesn't.
I understand what you're saying, but the passes might not come directly from him. But in football, there's a reason why you have defenders, midfielders, and wingers and strikers. So it's a collective effort. If you move the ball to the wing and the winger crosses the ball and the striker scores, it's the winger's assist. But there was a process to get to that level. That's my point. You can say maybe he's not giving a direct pass to the striker. Yes, I agree with that. But then he's been involved in the play from the wingers and everybody before they score the goal. And that is what, to me, football is a team sport, Uche. As much as I understand that, Bruno, and I feel that this season is one season why that Bruno has not really spammed a lot of. Last season, he's greedy. This season he has been so greedy. He has been so greedy. Like he tried to be more cautious. I feel like Amorim had to tell him to not to be eating. Yes, he was not eating those unnecessary long balls like he was doing last season. So at the end of the day, football is a team sport, Uche. I understand that Bruno, he might need to go, maybe because of financial decisions and all. But Bruno's stint at United, it has not been bad. He has been influential during that period. He has done some good and some bad.
He makes us rigid. He makes us rigid. Every ball, if Cunha is in the team, it's be a competition and he will take you out. That's what he has been doing. Anybody is trying to shine too much in the team, Bruno cuts you off. Check all of it. He cuts you off.
I don't agree with that.
Why would you want to drag the penalty with Eriksen? How can you want to do that? No, this is what I'm saying. Why do you want to do that?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
He's so bent on his so much that he doesn't see anyone. His own last day, you couldn't give the ball to him?
Bro,
what do you mean? His last day in the club, can't give him the penalty. That's what I'm saying. You can't give the penalty to him on his last day. Bruno is greedy with it. He's greedy with it.
The penalty and yesterday's drama, yes, I can agree what you're saying on that. But my point is, throughout the time Bruno has been here, we've not had any player that has come into that side and said, okay, I'm a very creative player and has performed week in, week out the way Bruno has done. If there's any player that has come into that midfield or as a winger,
Bruno can make you look bad. Bruno can make you look bad. If Bruno cuts you off in a team, you are gone. Check all of them. If Bruno cuts you off in a team, you are gone. Check all passes go through him. Everybody waits to cut the passes. If he cuts you off, he did to Ronaldo. Ronaldo was begging for passes. Come on, are you see what's happening? His brother, he can do it to his brother. Rasmus
Oh my God!
I don't see what you are saying. I don't.
You know why you don't like Bruno? He doesn't pass to Rasmus Højlund.
What's that?
I got it. It's because Bruno doesn't pass to Rasmus Højlund. That's why.
No.
I don't see what you are saying.
He cuts people off. No, he cuts people off.
I don't see what you are saying, This same Bruno you are talking about plays for the Portuguese national team, and he passes and everyone scores, and it's a good team sport. See,
that is a different world. He wants to show he's the boss.
Quality players.
He wants to show he's the boss.
If you have quality players around you, no.
I think his network. It's good that his network saturated.
Oh, you guys was hitting the nail on the coffin right there.
Yeah. All right, but MZ, but you could agree with me. He's a very talented player, but for sometimes he's so greedy with the GAs. He needs to be a little bit flexible with this. You can imagine.
I personally think, yeah, he believes he don't have the level of quality of players for why he does what he does. That's why
Okay.
at Portugal, he doesn't do this as much of this stuff because Portugal got a lot of quality players
Yeah.
in their team. So at Man United, you got players like Rasmus Højlund, where man has to deal with man like that. Do you know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
got to do, you got me. He's got players like flipping João Neves and Vitinha and
Doesn't have a
uh,
shirt there though. He doesn't have a shirt. He just went for the shirt. He just had a shirt recently, so he can't do that. He just had a shirt in Portugal recently, so he can't do that. He just got a
who?
shirt. Yes, he just got a shirt. He was a sub. He just got a shirt recently, so he can actually pull those strings.
Uche, you've got a proper agenda against this guy.
That's
But
how it feels. No. These are the things is when you bring out the facts, it gives an agenda. My own is bring out the numbers. I don't like to go on what everybody said. Put the numbers down. Let's look at it. How can I have a player who is one of the best in creation in the league, a player who has so many goals, who has so many assists,
but
but
never
yet
shines in the big games.
exact, and yet your forwards are not doing great. Remember when we had Rashford, we had Greenwood, we had what's his name? Three of them, Marshall. They were highest goal scorers in Europe under Ole. What happened? They were good. Everyone was balancing, but that was when he was still rising his peak until he takes it all for himself. He's not all about having highest assists in the season, all about his own personal glory that he cuts everyone off. Okay, now Rasmus again, like I said, how can your player be having a bad season, go drought, and yes, you're taking the penalty every single time? It happens to us right now in the final game. A young blood tried to play the ball into the net 2 times, woodwork. Penalty came, you still want to play it. Come on, are you not enough? Come on, you have to be liberal with the ball, man. Be liberal with the ball. Don't be liberal. Share the ball around. Let everybody enjoy it. If you're not in the good books of Bruno, forget it. Sancho, you saw the fight with Sancho. With Anthony, you talk too much because you think that you're trying to outsmart, you're trying to shine more. That he doesn't like it. He wants to be the
bro,
one in
listen,
charge.
listen. Let me tell you something, right? I see man's point of view, bro. Why is man gonna pass to these man that can't finish their breakfast or their dinner or their
He's
lunch,
in
bro?
final. Anthony's in
Højlund.
final now. Anthony's in final
Højlund.
now.
Bro,
Anthony's in final.
yeah, Anthony is on final, but when he was at Man United, he was trash. Man couldn't beat a player. Man's doing
Exactly, and you
spinner.
couldn't make them better. You want to
Man's
make
doing
them worse. So if you're
spinner.
not good, your teammate can improve. You can tell you, okay, you can do this. You
So
can do
what?
your best.
No. Anthony was never Premier League standard from day one.
Wait, hold on,
Okay,
Are you
Sancho was also Premier League. So
Are you
if you're
blaming?
not a standard,
Are
he
you blaming
cuts you
Bruno?
off.
Are you
Come
blaming
on, it's
Bruno?
not good.
Are you blaming Bruno for all of that?
No, I'm blaming Bruno for being the captain, but yet can't put the team in order. Yes, if you watch it now, everybody's watch it. Nobody actually listens to him. That's too bad. In a team, no one listens to Bruno. See it
If
when he's
I'm
talking, everybody goes out.
if
Are you
I'm
not seeing
Bruno,
it? No, are you not seeing body languages?
if I'm Bruno, man's got Saudi, bro. Fuck Man United fans, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let him go to Saudi. Let's breathe. Let's breathe.
Well,
Let's
but
breathe.
listen. We can take this money right now just to reinvest, but I still feel like Bruno still got a part to play.
I think he's got 2 years in
That's
in
what
this
I
squad.
think. I
Let's
think
cash
he's
out, man. Let's cash out and move
obviously
cash
on.
out. We can cash
no, but
out.
don't get
No,
twisted.
no problems if we cash out.
Don't get twisted. If they offered 80 to 100 million pounds, yeah, I'll drive into Manchester Airport today, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
no, it's
I
true,
don't.
bro.
I don't think Bruno will go Saudi. Not yet.
Nah, you shouldn't. You
He
shouldn't
doesn't
go.
want to go
But
because he want to play World
He
Cup.
wants
He
to
want to play
stay.
World Cup next year. So he want to go.
but I'll be honest though. Bruno's sitting there. I'm telling you, yeah. Think about when he first come, yeah. Man had Pogba, man had Matic, man had Mata, man had all these technically gifted footballers, and now
But
man's
now he's got
playing with.
nobody.
Man's got no one to flip in. You know what I mean? Because him and Pogba, bro. You saw the link, the connection, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now he feels like he has to carry the mantle, and everything's got to go through him. That's what he's feeling. But
Because you want go through him, and yet, do you know that he's the one that took us out of the Europa final? But we're not saying it. We're looking for Onana in this case. We're not saying that.
I
We're not
know.
saying
He's
that.
listen.
We're not saying
Uche, I
that.
was there. He lost the ball for us and it ended up in a goal conceded. Yes, you're
yeah,
right.
Perfect. But nobody's talking about that.
but
Nobody's talking
hold on,
about that. Nobody's talking about that. That's what I'm
hold
trying to say.
on,
Nobody's talking about that. What happened?
how
Nobody's
many,
talking about that.
but how far
If
did
it's
he
real
go
Onana
through the
that did
cross?
that, If Onana gave that pass, oh my God, people trace up to 3 steps back to Onana's problem or fault. But when it comes to someone who did the problem, no one on the plan A. That's what I'm saying. We are not being
No, but
objective
no,
when it
no,
comes
no.
to things.
But
We're not being objective.
Mr. Uche, let me tell you something. Yeah, when certain players have got a very good body of work, yeah, they get little leeway. I'll be honest with that.
Sure,
That happens
sure.
all the time. I
Yeah.
think if Onana was like raw, like 8 out of 10, like let's say 9 out of 10 times, right? Not yeah, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10
Yeah.
times, and then that one time he flops. I don't think the criticism is gonna be as heated as it is today. And
Yeah.
I feel like he's made way too much. He's been here 2 seasons. He's made more errors in 2 seasons than I think David De Gea's ever made. So I feel like I don't want to compare. I'm just saying. So obviously he's gonna be under scrutiny. And obviously being in goal at Man United, yeah, is a very, very scrutinized position.
Yes.
It's very
At the bad
scrutinized.
time, and it came at the bad time where everybody was awful. Where everybody
Yeah.
no, okay. Same that situation. Do you know that in the Man U team as a whole, the defense line, no one is even talking about how awful these defenders are. The
Nah,
list has been
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I think the defense has been quite decent. But
okay.
no, Uche, let me
Okay.
let me tell you this, right? It's so hard for a defense, yeah, to try to shut the team out for so long, and then the number 9 that you be defending ain't pulling the ball in the back end. It's hard. It energy saps, and then obviously you got the goalkeeper you can't even trust. So I feel like I think the defense has been all right. We've been let down by the goalkeeper and the striker.
Okay.
But
I
then
know
Man United
Many
score.
games.
you're
Many
saying
games.
this about go. I understand all the. What I'm trying to say is we have different components with their own errors. The list this is at least gave us at least if I'm not being mistaken up to four goals.
Yeah,
At least 3 penalties, 1 handball. He gave us those, but
yeah.
nobody's talking about it. Yeah, he gave us those on the normal. On the
Ah,
normal, to back on the net.
Ivorian,
Now,
Ivorian, please. I need to go.
Well,
My
I think
my
we should.
match.
I think we should wrap up. I think we should
Let's
wrap up,
wrap it
bro.
up, man. Final
Yeah,
thoughts on the
yeah.
guys.
Uh,
Final
so
thoughts.
let me give mine. My battery is
Yeah.
low, so I need to go charge. Yeah.
okay.
Uche,
Final
I
thoughts.
agree with. See, everything you say is fine. It's your opinion. I agree with some of it. I don't agree with some. But then, but then, I agree that the team as a whole has not been at the level they're supposed to be. But like Ems just said, if the defense is doing their job, the midfield should do theirs. The attack should also try to do their
Yeah.
job. And we have created chances this season. We don't have a question of not creating chances. We have not just been able to convert a lot of the chances. Garnacho has been
Quality.
poor.
Exactly.
Rasmus has been poor. The quality, because in those games that we've lost, if you've taken two or three chances, we would have won those games. I would have been in a better situation
Yeah.
now. And like I said, everything might just
Yeah.
be, it might be a blessing in disguise. I said it in my preview to the Europa League final. I said if we lose this Europa League final, it might be a blessing in disguise. We don't know what's going to happen, and because of how bad this season has been, no one wants to trust Amorim. Even Amorim, I think, is struggling to trust himself, and that was why he said it. That's why he said it that he cannot defend himself. He can't. There's no excuse he can give. There's nothing he can say. But the only thing is, he's staying for at least the next season. So let's just hope he gets better. Because one thing I don't want to see is we football fans now trying to say they should see if they don't sack him now, they are going to regret this. Let's be positive.
Definitely.
What if he works out this season? He can actually. This might be what we needed to actually get it right, which is possible. So let's just be hopeful. Now we don't have any football to think about. The season is over. Let's forget about now. It's last season already. We are looking towards a fresh season and a new season. So let's just be hopeful that he gets it right and see our team start playing good football again, because we have suffered. See Ivorian, see Ebbs, Uche, every time you are here talking about Bruno this, Onana that, and always defending Rasmus Højlund. I don't want to see that next season. I want to see us being proud of our players, turning up in games and winning us games. The striker we are going to have next season should be scoring goals, and we should be here happy and discussing that. We should not be here coming about missed chances, this and that. We don't need all that. So I just hope next season is going to be better. But for this season, now we can all refresh, go on holidays, do everything you need to do. Congratulations, my bro, Ivoria Spice, on your engagement. I've not been able to officially tell you. And hopefully, if you are coming tonight, I'm here, Ivorian. We turn up for you and we enjoy everything. Uche, big ups. Thanks for having me. I had to fix that network today and come on this show because I've been struggling for the last couple of
Yes,
weeks,
no
guys.
worries. Big up.
So let's have a good holiday, relax, refresh,
Yeah.
and we are going to be back for pre-season and for the start of next season, guys. Thank you very much.
Big
God
up, man. Let
bless.
me get final
So,
thoughts from Oche and Ems, and then we wrap it up, man. Final thoughts, Oche.
okay, so it is the season is over, and I really do believe in Ruben. Honestly, in as much as I know that Ole is a better coach than him at the moment, based on their start in United, but I'm trying to be optimistic about what he's about to play. I'm only issue I have with Ruben is he's not dynamic. He's predictable. For a manager, you need to be unpredictable, be able to have that tweak at the end of the day. We've seen what these guys can do, what Ten Hag can actually do. Sometimes you see formation, you see one player there who's like the I would say he's the odd. You be asking why is this player here? All right, save all that. You say why is this player here? He's there to make sure that you don't understand or read this game. But in terms of Ruben, he's been predictable. You can know what kind of changes he make. He's so easy to. He's like an easy playbook, which that needs to stop. And he's actually getting his play that he wants. I really, honestly wish that he gets all the plays that he wants so that he won't have any excuses. Because I'm looking forward to see that one thing. I keep repeating that. I wish Jerome was here. 6 months down the line, I've not seen a single thing that would actually make me put my trust in him. But all the same, he has an excuse because he was brought in with someone else, players. He's trying to manage what is actually left of it. So we're gonna give him those excuses. But I'm yet to see what he has to offer because I believe he's young, he's talented, he has a lot to offer, but yet he's not doing that in United. And I keep saying that United is not CP. For the fact you succeeded in Sporting Lisbon does not mean you're going to succeed in Manchester United. And these are different clubs with different culture, different fan base, different pressure altogether. So good thing he actually managed to get us up to 15th position. And then this is the worst season all that we have actually had. It's over. Everything is back to square one. And we hope that in the coming summer that you'll be able to get all the deals that he needed and actually promote a whole lot of youngsters. Because I believe at this point, since we cannot attract big players, we need to consider building players from our academy, bringing some hungry players, and let's go of all those are weak legs, all these old men who's actually seen the game, won everything. We need people who are hungry, who have not actually seen any silverware in their life, who have not seen even any medal at all in their neck. We need those kind of players, hungry ones, to actually get and drive the formation that he wanted up to life. So I would say big ups to you guys for this whole season. It's been a very terrible one and a very good season that we will definitely forget. I'm counting on that. We'll forget this season in a hurry and move on to what we have coming next. Like you said, good things about to come. So let's hope. Let us believe.
Ems, can I get your final thoughts, Ems?
Listen, I agree with you, Che. Let the man get all these players, so man can have no excuses. So that then I can sit here and I'll be like, oh, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? But you know what's mad though, right? I say, what do I tell you? I'd rather he gets all these players in and we progress and we do well. And I want you to say, yeah, I told you, believe in Ruben. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's been a horrific season. Happy the chapter's closed and we can enjoy the summer. Well, enjoy the summer. Back to reality in August, and we roll through. Dude. That's it.
Back to
Hey, back to reality in August for those who are watching. Even myself, Ruben was right the first time when he told us to wait for it. We're going to suffer. We have suffered. Now he has told us that the good times is coming. So I'm looking forward to the good times coming.
okay.
I'm not confident of the transfers that we will do because again, there's a lot of players that we've been linked to and players that we actually might potentially sign that doesn't really interest me at all, and I hope we can get
No.
someone else. But it's what it is, man. I'm glad the nightmare's done. I'm so glad, and I apologize for my viewers who probably thought, wait a minute, what happened to your watch along? I after Wednesday, I didn't want to do no watch along no more. I just couldn't
It's
do it anymore.
painful.
My season was done. When we lost that game, it's like the season is finished. The season is done officially. Like I said, let me give you guys a match reaction instead. Let me sit down and do and watch a Manchester United match in a normal way that I've never done it before for the last couple of years. But big up to those who supported, man. We're back next week, of course. We continue the show throughout the whole summer as well with the transfer news. We'll be talking Manchester United news. Next week, we've got the season review. And of course, the buy, keep, or sell. So it's looking interesting to how much players Ems will keep and how much players that Ems will sell, because he somehow believes that these players can do way better. So when Ems is there hopefully he can be there next season to give next week to give his input. But boy, I want to see how much players he will keep, because if he's not keeping all of them, then I don't think it's a manager problem. It's a player problem. Because not everyone that tune in right now, smash that like button and share across all social media platforms. We are also available on playback on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts as well, and Apple Podcasts. Till next time, as always, remember to keep it united. The nightmare is done, and remember to keep it Red United. We are out. Peace and good night.
Good night, all.